Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Black Male Advice TV, Ringo TV Reactions. I'm your host, Ringo. And we are back with another video. Another quality video for your learning experiences. Today, what we're going to be dealing with is a video by a woman named Chantel Simone. Her video is titled, Modern Women Are Miserable. Yeah, that's right. Modern women are miserable. Okay, yeah. That's very, very, very interesting. Link to her video is in the description if you want to watch the full video, which, I mean, you're going to watch the full video here anyway. Because we're doing a reaction, you know, commentary, criticism, fair use. But this is an educational video. And if Chantel is watching, I need for you to really put on your thinking caps, because none of these content creators on YouTube are going to be able to respond to your video the way I would. When it comes to the modern woman, I've been speaking about her for a long time, a very long time. And modern women really don't want to change anything. Just ask the April lady in that last video I made. She gave up on the modern woman. She said, look, enough is enough. I'm closing up shop. So, hey, let's just react to this video. We're going to play her video. And I'm going to pause the video where need be and pretty much share my commentary and whatnot. Again, if you want to watch her full video without any interruptions, you can go to her channel. Link is in the description area, and you can watch the full video with no distractions. But I will be pausing the video here and there when need be so that I am able to pretty much respond to it entirely. Now, this particular video, Simone or Chantel, she pretty much was going in on the different issues that modern women have been lied to about concerning relationships. Pretty much everything that I've been teaching about modern women, pretty much all the solutions that I've brought to the table, right? This is supposed to be a woman who I guess have seen the light, right? But we're going to put all of that to the test. Y'all know how I do. Y'all already done know. I'm no respecter of persons. I'm not one of these thirsty brothers on YouTube. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to make nobody like me or anything like that. I'm here to give the truth. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. But, I came across her video actually, I think it was like a few days ago. And I kind of put it on the back burner to do a reaction to. It was focusing on other things. And I decided to pretty much tackle this video now. And what I want to do is I want to share my commentary and criticism about everything she had to say. I mean, everything. Because I feel that her heart is in the right place, but I didn't really get any sort of solution that the modern woman can actually use. And I mean that with all due respect to Chantel, because a lot of times you can tell women they need to do this and that, and I'm here to tell you that none of that stuff is going to work if you haven't heard my video. Like, it's just not going to work. Like, I could put money on this. Like, the modern woman is going to be in the same spot this time next year. And she's going to always get a Pookie and a Ray Ray. Anyway, enough of me ranting. Let's react to this video, shall we? Let's go.
But unfortunately, there are too many modern women who won't admit that we were lied to. Too many modern women won't admit that, yo, we made a mistake. Let's switch it. Let's stop and switch it. A lot of them prefer to stay on this never trust a man. Keep your guards up. All men are toxic. Hey YouTube, it's Chantel, and my channel is for women who want to be better at dating and relationships by understanding our men's perspective and seeing things from their point of view, so we can start to get along with our black men and see more two-parent households in the black community.
Now, she said they want to hear or understand black men's perspective, right? That's what she said. So I hope that you're ready for this perspective. Because, I'm not sugarcoating nothing. You know what I'm saying? I've been to your channel. I looked at the comment section, and I see all the thirsty dogs already lining up. I got a lot to tell you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to see if I'm going to put you to the test, Chantel. I'm going to put you to the test. You know what I'm saying? I see all the thirsties. They're all out. Everybody ready to go. And I don't think you could see it. But anyway, let's go.
I'm going to talk about a post that I saw on Instagram because this post really struck something with me. I can relate so much with this post because I was one of those women who was told to go to school, get your education, don't focus on a man. Men come after, men come.
Typical of what the modern woman is taught to do, brothers. This is what they're taught to do. They're taught to go to school, you know what I'm saying? Forget these men, do X, Y, and Z, get your business, hot girl summer, and just don't care about nothing else. How many times did I tell you, brothers, that when these modern women hit 35, 40, 45, all of a sudden now they're going to wake up and want a good man? See, this is happening. You're going to see a lot of women coming forward, trying to teach and say this and say that. I'm not trying to say that, she's trying to teach, but I know based on my experience with modern women that there are a lot of women that are going to come forward to try to guide women, but still the very women who are trying to guide women need guidance themselves. You understand? And it's my hope that Chantel will listen to this video and actually see an example of what quality is. Because a lot of men in today's day, you sisters are going to still get with them. And they're going to destroy your lives because you fail to understand the needful part. And this is the part that I didn't hear from Chantel at all. But let's get back to the video so we can hear more.
Second to your education and your career. And then now I find myself at my age, unmarried, and wishing that I had done things differently. So I'm going to pull up the post and we're going to read it together. So the first slide says, it's a thread. So the first slide said, so many women won't admit that they are miserable in their independence. I wish we could just be honest and say what it really is.
Honest? The modern woman is never honest. Modern woman is never honest. She's not even honest with herself, man. For real. Let's go.
A lot of women are exhausted.
Of course they're exhausted. I'm saying they out there trying to be both a man and a woman. Have you ever heard that nonsense? I mean, I heard Chantel say that in her video about being a man and a woman. You don't hear no man talking about they're both a man and a woman. Why is it that modern women are allowed to identify as being a man and a woman? This is crazy. Let's go.
But they keep pursuing this lifestyle that society pushes on us, not feeling like they have another choice. But you do.
Now, you said, but you do. I want to know, did you choose that choice? Because, see, now I'm holding you to a standard. Again, if you are out here trying to teach these women X, Y, and Z, always remember one thing. I'm a man. And I'm going to look at you and I want to know, are you following a standard that's getting success right now? Are you doing that? Because, anybody can talk. You see, me personally, I actually have the results. You know what I mean? I actually practice what I preach. I don't just speak one thing about I'm giving advice, but I don't have the results. That doesn't make sense. Because, see, people want to see the results. If you're a woman and you recognize that you've been lied to, right? Then when you speak and you share information to other women to wake them up, you should have results that can substantiate the things that you say. You understand me? You just can't be one who is on the outside still struggling, not able to accomplish and trying to direct, because they're not going to listen to you at that point. Modern women want to see results. They need to see that you actually have the things that you're talking about. Because if you don't show that, they'll say, hey, thank you, sister, we love you. But deep down inside, they're not listening. Let's go.
And I mean, it's exhausting to be this strong, independent, I don't need no man for anything.
Of course it's exhausting. I mean, why would any woman want that route? Why would anybody want to do that? But see, this is embedded in the modern woman's mind. It's embedded even in the minds of women who claim that they know better. I know because I listened to your video at least 8 times. I had to review it multiple times. And I can tell that you need guidance. You need guidance, Chantel. Yeah, you need guidance. I'm going to give you that guidance because, see, I'm putting you to the test. Remember, you want to hear the man's perspective, right? And remember, you did a video of the difference between, I believe it's bashing and accountability. See, I'm an educated man. So I'm trying to hold you accountable to what you teach. And I'm going to also teach you what you don't know. And I'm going to put you to the test to see if you are willing to actually receive that. Because if you don't, you just told me and everybody else that you're not really one who believe what you say. Let's go.
It is exhausting to be both the man and the woman.
How could you be both the man and the woman? What sense does that make? That needs to stop. You can never be a man. So what do you mean by both the man and the woman? You don't see no man talking about, hey, bruh, I'm both the man and the woman. Brothers will be looking at him crazy. Just like we looking at you crazy. Let's go.
A relationship, and more women need to speak up.
More women are never going to speak up because they don't know the Most High. And see, this is the problem. This is the problem, Chantel. When you're teaching the modern woman, if you're not implementing the Most High Yah, then you're not going to really be able to get any sort of success with the women. Because they're never going to have successful relationships. They're going to go after the same kind of guys. They're going to get caught up in the system. They're going to get pumped and dumped and have a bunch of babies out of wedlock. And then when they're 35, 45, 50, that's when they're going to wake up and they're going to want a good man. You understand?
More women need to teach our young girls who are following.
Actually, the Bible says that the aged women are the ones who's supposed to teach the young girls. The aged women that are mature, you know, the 50-plus-year-olds, 60, 70, they're the ones who's supposed to be teaching the younger women on how to be keepers of the home, how to raise children, and how to love their husband. Right? And typically those type of women already have a husband. You see? Which means they're qualified to actually teach because they actually have the results sleeping next to them. You see, results talk. Let's go.
This narrative, who's following this whole feminist movement, be a boss, own businesses, get your degree. A lot more women need to speak up and say, yeah, it's one thing to chase the bag. I'm not saying be a bum and don't be educated and don't have ambition. I'm not saying that. However, in that pursuit of the bag, prioritize marriage and relationships and families. You can do them at both. You can go to...
No. I got to stop you right there, young lady. You can't do both. No. That is where you messed up. You cannot be this woman chasing a bag, talking about you a boss, talking about you getting your education, and at the same time be a wife. No. That's where you went wrong. When I first listened to your video, That's where you went wrong. As soon as you said that, I was like, up, red flag. Red flag. At that moment, I knew the feminist spirit is still in you, Chantel. It's still there. Your eyes might be open. Yes, your eyes might be open. But you still have influences of the feminist movement in your blood because you said something that's contrary to what you're trying to give these women. If you're teaching these women to depend on the man, to desire the man, to be in a relationship, then you cannot be at the same time trying to teach them to have businesses and CEOs and do both, because it's not going to work. You understand? As a man, I need women that are going to bear children, right? So if you're pregnant, right, you got with a brother, he got you pregnant. You cannot be out there trying to be this businesswoman doing X, Y, and Z. You are pregnant. Your job right now is to take care of these kids. Your job right now is to get your mind focused on the fact that you're about to be a mother. Your time and energy must be spent on nurturing those kids, because I would be out in the field working, or your man would be out in the field working, or better yet, your husband, right? Let's say the correct word, not no boyfriend, not no jump off. Your husband should be out there working and providing a lifestyle for the family. Now, that's not to say that as a woman, you can't have a business that you're running from home, like an online business or something like that, which is pretty much running itself. But now you cannot be this boss lady CEO getting the bag when we got kids that need to be tended to. You know, you got to breastfeed these babies now. You don't got no time to be outside running around in the streets. And if you got a husband, you got to cook for him now. You got to make sure the house is clean now, Chantel. You understand what I'm talking about? So you can't do both. That's where you made the error. But let's move on.
School and prioritize learning.
No. You can't No. See, this is why you're single. Because you still want to go to school. You still want to go to school, which means you're doing the same thing that the feminist movement told you to do. You see, Chantel? You know, I actually thought you were good, girl. I really did. I looked at your channel and I was like, okay, this lady right here, she looks like she on point. But see, you still got that feminism, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's still there, Chantel. It's still there. Yes, it is. Because your job is to be dependent upon the man. You just finished talking about all these different things, right? So how can you be dependent upon the man to sustain the house and the family, but at the same time, you're trying to do both? You're trying to go to school. How are you going to school if you're supposed to be a man's wife? How are you supposed to do that? How are you supposed to be in school, dedicating your time in school? What are you going to school for? That man needs you to be a wife. What are you going to school for? You're doing the very same thing that you said women shouldn't be doing, which is a contradiction of what you're trying to teach. Because the going to school is to try to get the bag, to get your education, in case the man somehow left, you got something to fall back on. See how that worked? See how easy that was? See, now everybody else that watch your video, they're going to be like, oh, she's so cute, she's so nice, she's so this. But see, here on Black Male Advice TV, Chantel, right? We're not thirsty like these other guys. We're going to give you the truth raw and uncut, the way you need to hear it. Because see, this is the way I speak to women, straight. I don't sugarcoat nothing. Because A lot of women talk about they want a man, they need a man, all this X, Y, and Z stuff. But when a real man actually stand before them and start to talk to them, all of a sudden, you see the Jezebel spirit come up or the feminist spirit come up, or they start disagreeing, oh, this and that. They start complaining. And I'm like, look, you just finished saying a whole bunch of stuff. It sounds good. But when we look at it with a magnifying glass, all I see is you trying to do the same thing, but at the same time, make room for a man. You can't have both. You can't serve God and mammon. You can't have a husband and at the same time want a career. You can't serve your husband and at the same time in college. You trying to study for exams, your husband trying to get it in. Your baby is crying, but you trying to study for exams. Instead, you telling your man to watch the baby because you trying to study. He's wondering where the dinner at. You too tired to cook. No, you can't do both. Let's go.
To work with a man at the same time.
You can't do all of that stuff to work with a man at the same time. A man need your undivided attention.
Okay? That whole idea of put boys on a back burner and focus on your education, that's false. And that's why so many of us find ourselves post 30 and single, myself included.
Yeah. But see, the women that are listening to you are going to continue to be single and unmarried because you're telling them something that really don't work. Now, I know the truth is hard to bear. I understand that you may be a little upset, but at the same time, you want to hear a man's perspective. Remember that. That's what you wanted to hear. Now, again, I believe in being honest, and I have a lot of humor in my content. The reason why I have a lot of humor is because a lot of times people don't have the mental fortitude or the attention span to actually watch a video. So I have to add humor to keep their spirits up. You understand? So don't think for a minute that I am clowning you, because that's not what this is about. This is all education. This is my method of teaching. This is the method of my madness. But at the same time, I need for you to understand that what you're teaching these women, it sounds good on paper, but in the real world, it actually don't work. Because you cannot be chasing education, money, and at the same time claim that you're working with a man. If you're working with a man, let the man be the man and let him lead. You understand? But the truth of the matter is, Chantel, you really don't trust the man. You really don't. That's why you have to go to school. Because in all actuality, you still have the fear in the back of your mind that there's a possibility he might end up leaving. Facts. Let's go.
All right. So the next slide says, one of the biggest lies I was ever told as a young girl is that you have to be independent, otherwise your man will up and leave you high and dry with nothing. Now, as an adult, looking at the life of the woman who said that to me, independence has done her no favors. Interesting. And I talk a lot about the color purple syndrome. I talk a lot about Diary of a Mad Black Woman and all those movies who push this narrative to young girls.
Yeah, like Tyler Perry and them.
If you don't get your own, if you don't secure your bag, your man is going to eventually leave you for a younger, hotter virgin.
Why are you worried about a younger, hotter virgin? See, now we got to talk about something else that I think that you're a little bit concerned about. See, here's the deal, Chantel. What's your thoughts on polygyny? What's your thoughts? Yeah, I'm talking to you and all the women in the clouds as well. What are your thoughts on polygyny? Because I'm here to tell you this. Now, listen carefully. Get a little close to the speaker. Get a little more closer. Hear me out. Any man you get with is going to desire another woman. How did that register in your soul? If you, Chantel, and all these ladies that are in the clouds viewing have this monogamy mindset, that you're going to find Prince Charming and he's just going to want to just be with you and only you for the rest of your life, think again. It's not going to happen. A man is going to desire more than one woman. And one of the reasons why modern women are struggling and will always struggle is because they don't understand the nature of a man. Now, we understand that there's a lot of men out here that are toxic. I talk about that in my videos. I talk a lot about men that are toxic and a bunch of solutions. What you must understand, Chantel, is men by nature are supposed to mate with more than one woman. And in this culture, just like you've been taught feminism and you've been lied to, okay, you also been lied to about the nature of a man. You've been taught that if a man get with you, he's not supposed to talk to no other woman but you. And the minute you find that there's any other woman around, you automatically get in your feelings and become possessive of that man and territorial, because you think that for him to even be attracted to another woman is a total violation to his relationship with you. If your mindset is focused on monogamy, you will never have any success forever in any relationship with a man. Now, at the same time, I need to brief you on something. There are two types of men: whoremonger males and righteous men of the Most High. The kind of man you choose will determine the type of man he is when it comes to how he deals with women. A whoremonger male will get with you, wine and dine you, play you, sleep with you, and then he's out. He go get another woman, get her pregnant. Now he got 2, 3, 4, 5 baby mamas. And then he go sleep with another lady. And this is what he do. He never settled down. He never get married. But now a righteous man, he'll get with you, get to know you, build a family. You and him might have children. And then he may take a liking for another sister that's over here. And he really likes her. He's not just trying to hit it and quit it. The man genuinely have love for this woman. And he want to mate with her and build family. But see, what's going to be a challenging situation for you, Chantel, because you know I'm talking to you, is that if your mind is focused on monogamy, right, you're going to automatically think that that righteous brother is cheating on you. And the thing is, he's not cheating on you. You're actually cheating on him because you've been lied to, just like you've been lied to about feminism. Just like they told you to go get a job, to go get a degree, to go get an education. You don't need a man. You're Miss Independent. Do bad all by yourself. So you got some thinking and some choices to do now, Chantel. What are you going to do about this? Because see, the kind of men that are around you, the kind of men that are in your comment section, those are not righteous men. You know, they're just sitting around waiting their turn. Because see, righteous men are about building family. You talk about you wish you would have learned how to vet, but I didn't hear you teach women how to vet. You know why? Because you don't know. That's why I'm here. See? That's why I'm here, to teach these things. Because modern women really don't know what they're doing. That's why they keep going from man to man to man to man. And what happens? Their body count increases. Why? Because the modern woman, she don't know how to keep her legs closed. So she's always given different men a taste of her body. And then in the process, she end up having children. Now she's a single mom. 1 child, 2 children, 3, 4, whatever the situation is. And now that causes a hindrance on her building with another man because now she got all these kids. You see, we don't want women to get to that point, you know? So we're going to deal with that a little bit more later on in the video, but let's go.
And then we go in relationship with this fear. Say, hey, I have to have my own. I have to secure my bag. Get my own private money, my own private bank account that my man don't know about. I was told that growing up.
See, that's madness right there. That type of fear is the reason why modern women are single. Because a woman is supposed to depend on a man. You understand? Just like when you were growing up as a young girl, if you were raised with your father and mother, then your father was the one that provided for you. He's the example of what a man is supposed to do. Provide. Your father didn't tell you to go out there and work. He had to provide, right? So now the father's job is to pretty much guide you in the process of finding the correct guy. And the reason why a lot of modern women are lost and can't find the proper man is because there's no father figure in their life. They never had an example in front of them to show them what a man is supposed to be like. And if you saw any male figures in your presence, they were all players and pimps. And whoever your mom dealt with, she was making all the bad choices. So the guys that she had around weren't men. They were just there because they were getting some quick vagina. Just keeping it 1,000. You know what I mean? Let's go.
Never make a man know how much you make.
Why would a woman hide what she make? What kind of fair is that? Not only is it selfish, right? Because that's very selfish of you as a woman. Not saying you personally, but women in general that actually would do that. Like, why would you hide how much finances you have? And at the same time, you're expecting the man to do everything for you. That really don't make any sense. That's very selfish. And there's a lot of modern women that are doing that.
Always have your savings, because a man can leave you like that. That fear that we put in our young girls to be afraid of our partners, afraid of our counterparts, the men who we're supposed to be building community with.
Well, you cannot build a community with a whoremonger male. Chantel, you're going to have to wake up to this truth. If you're not dealing with a righteous brother, a man of the Most High, a righteous brother, you're going to have problems all the time. Are you listening? If you're not dealing with a quality man who follow the scriptures that are in the Bible, and if you're a woman who don't believe in the Bible, you don't believe in God, you don't believe in the Most High Yah, you have this rebellious mindset of, well, I don't believe that, that's a belief, that's the white man's book and X, Y, and Z, then you're just a lost cause. You see, this is how a man is supposed to vet a woman. See, I'm just putting you to the test to see where you are. I'm measuring you out, trying to see how you move. You understand? Because, on camera, you could look one way, but in the real world, you're a whole different person. You understand my point? See, I don't judge just the appearance. I'm looking at the heart of the matter. What is your heart like? What are you really like? What is the real you? Not the representative that's on camera, but the real you that behind the scenes have different thoughts and feelings. What really is going on in your mind? I want to know. Again, this is education here. This is therapy. This is educational. Because not only are you in class and in therapy through this video, but all the women that are in the clouds, they're also in therapy because they're going through the same exact issues. Let's go.
Building families with. We were told, be careful, be aware, have your own, secure your own, be independent. Because when the enemy, men, especially black men, when he decides to leave you, he's just going to get up and leave you with nothing.
Well, why would a man get up and leave you? Obviously, that man is not a righteous man. Why would a man just leave you? Obviously, that man never cared about you. You understand my point? And see, this is the problem with the modern woman. You always choose men that are no good. And I'm here telling you. I'm literally telling you. And I'm not talking about righteous as in a man who just say he's righteous. I'm talking about a man that when you look at him, he's showing the fruits of righteousness. I'm talking about a man that have longevity. See, this is what you got to understand, Chantel. A man who is righteous, who practice polygyny, who actually have a wife and a family, right? That should be a sign to you as a woman to know if that's the kind of guy you would want to join with in terms of a polygynous union. Why? I'm glad you asked that question. The reason why is because him having a successful family and being in a relationship long term shows and prove that that man have stood the test of time. It proved that he demonstrated his love for his wife, his love for his children. It proved and showed that this man held down a job for many years, have other streams of income, working on multiple things. It should give you confidence to know that this guy, because he have the fruits of righteousness and the success that show that he is an active father, that's the kind of guy you would want to settle down with. But what you're doing is you're following the westernized worldview of monogamy, which says you need to get with a man that has no relationship experience, a man that have no children in sight, a man that is one who never showed a woman any sort of love. And you're supposed to get with him, and magically, he's supposed to do everything right and perfect by you. And then, when it don't work out the way you want it to, you always end up removing yourself from the relationship. That's what the modern women do. Let's go.
Make sure you have your stat. That is such a toxic advice to give. And so many black women receive that advice, and then now we look at men as the enemy. We have our guards up when we enter these relationships.
See, that's the problem. Do you have your guard up right now? While listening to this video, is that guard up right now? Because modern women, especially single mothers, as soon as they meet a brother and he's a good brother, they have their guard up and they put that brother through hell and hot waters, causing him to end up leaving. Why? Because one of the biggest mistakes modern women do is they'll get a new man. Rather than her get to know the brother and appreciate him, instead, she starts to treat him like he's her enemy. She treat him bad based on all the previous relationships she had with other men. So if her baby daddy was a dog, she'll treat the new guy like crap, right? And now this new guy going through all of this hell, he ends up getting frustrated and be like, look, you know what? I can't deal with this woman, man. So I'm gonna be out. And he leaves. Now, he didn't leave because he did you dirty. He left because you have a lot of problems and you're actually toxic, and he got tired of that. You understand? And this is a problem that modern women have. They go into these relationships with all this fear, all this concern. That's why they want to go be independent. They want to go get a job. They want to get education. Why are you doing all of that for if you have a man that's providing? I thought your trust should be in your man. The Bible says that a woman is supposed to be a woman's, the Bible says that a woman is supposed to be a man's helpmate. That's what the Bible says. That a woman was created for the man. The man wasn't created for the woman, but the woman for the man, which means the woman have to serve her man. A woman is supposed to get her resources from her man. So if you are going out there to get educations, jobs, careers, and all this other stuff, then what really is the need of having this man around if you can do it all by yourself? Right? Let's go.
And can't enter these relationships in good faith because this was drilled in our head. Get your education, get your bag, get your job.
Anytime I see a woman that's chasing educations and jobs and careers, I just leave her alone. Because I already know that it's going to be a major problem and she's going to just be out there just, trying to show out with what she's doing and stuff. And I really don't got time for that.
Be independent so you can stand on your own when we all know interdependence is what we need to have families, to pass on generations. This is such a toxic thing to teach our young girls. The next slide says, they teach us trust no man rather than showing us how to marry the right man who will never put us in that type of situation.
How you going to marry the right kind of man if you don't have the knowledge of the Most High Yah? What is the right kind of man? What is the right kind of man? The right kind of man is a man who serve the Most High, a man who keep the commandments of the Most High. Because if you get with a brother and he don't follow the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, and he don't have no morals or standards, then you're not with the right man. Because a good man will never leave you nor forsake you. You understand? A good man is going to always love and provide for you and appreciate you. But see, as modern women, you don't know what the right kind of guy is. You get with a guy based on what the world taught you. He got to have money. He got to be 6'1", 250 pounds. He got to be dark and handsome, X, Y, and Z, muscular, whatever the situation is. The modern woman have a laundry list of superficial things that a man's supposed to be like. He's supposed to have $100K a year. He can't be working at McDonald's. So if you were to get with a good brother and he's a good man, he tell you, yo, I work at McDonald's. If you have that mindset of materialism, you'll look down on him because he work at McDonald's rather than giving that brother a shot. Because you're not looking at him for him. You're looking at him and saying, well, he work at McDonald's. I work at this job. I make more than him. So he's not really good enough for me. See how you just did that? See how you just made a bad decision? This is a good man. He's on his way up the ladder. But because he work at McDonald's, you look down on him. Because you didn't think he made enough money. You want to live in a house. He lives in an apartment. You didn't want to be around that. Matter of fact, he live in the hood. You live in a nice suburb. You didn't want him to be around where you at because you looking at where he's at. You thought he had more until you learn he work at McDonald's and live in an apartment, not realizing that brother would treat you like gold. But you didn't appreciate him. Instead, you broke up that relationship and got with a brother that had a nice car and made a lot of money, and then he ended up having sex with you, got you pregnant, and now look at you. And I'm not saying that's your story, but I'm speaking prophetically because it might be your story. And it might be a woman's story that's in the clouds or somebody that's in the chat. But this is typical of what happens to the modern woman. Let's go.
Please don't project your insecurities and unhealthy perception of men onto your daughters and other young girls simply because the men are...
Listen, that's what that content creator Shira 7 does every damn day. All she do is just poison young women. Poison them with a bunch of garbage. Let's go.
Simply because of the men you choose. I say this time and time again. Unfortunately, my mom and the woman who raised me passed on, so I'm unable to have these conversations with them. But a lot of times...
I noticed that you didn't say anything about a father. Because that's the most important part. The father. Now, we know your mom made her decisions, but if your mom taught you this feminist type of ideology, that means there was no quality man there. Because a quality man would have been taking the lead, and there would have been no need for you to be brought up with that mindset of chasing the bag, which makes no sense to me, but let's go.
A lot of times I wish they had taught me how to vet, how to choose a man, what qualities to look for in a man.
In order to have those qualities, you got to go into the scriptures and find out what the Most High say about a righteous man. But Chantel, are you going to do that? Are you going to go into the Bible and look at the qualities of what a righteous man possess? Or let me guess, that's not what you want. That's not what you want, right? Because you talking about you wish that you would have been able to vet a man in X, Y, and Z. But I'm trying to show you that a righteous man is the kind of guy you need, right? Is that the guy that you want? Or do you just want a pookie? You understand? I don't know your age, but I can guarantee you are in your 30s. Let's go.
Instead of teaching me, have your guards up, never trust a man, don't trust any man, I would have benefited so much if I had learned how to choose a man.
If you would have been with the Most High, you would have benefited. So what you need to do, Chantel, right, is come back to the Most High, right? Repent of your sins, right? Get in the scriptures, start to learn about what a quality, righteous woman is supposed to be like, right? And watch my content so that you can learn the differences between good and evil. You'll learn about issues regarding women. You'll learn about issues regarding men and what that will do for you if you actually listen and pay attention and not be in your feelings. It'll make you a better content creator when it comes to talking to these ladies. Let's go.
Rather than not trust any man.
I don't understand how women can have this mindset of not trusting any men, chasing a bag, but at the same time, women are having sex with all these different men. They don't trust none of these men. They're chasing the bag, but they're having babies out of wedlock. I mean, if you don't trust these men, why get pregnant by them? See, this issue is more deep than just trust. You understand? Women are making decisions based off their own lust. You understand? Because why is it that a woman could get with a guy that's no good, break up with him, get with another guy that's no good, break up with him, get with a guy that's no good, and break up with him and continue the same damn cycle? Why? Because the woman is toxic. It's not just the man. It's the woman. She haven't made the right choice in men. She keep choosing the same kind of man, and then she's trying to turn a wicked man into a good man. That's not going to work. Let's go.
And I'm using my space to pass this, to put a stop to this narrative.
You cannot put a stop to the narrative until you repent and come back to the Most High Yah. It's not going to stop. The cycle is going to continue. If the women that are listening to you are not making the conscious decision to repent of their sins and stop going out there thotting and sleeping around and getting around and opening their legs and doing all sorts of mess and hot girl summer, the cycle is never going to stop. I'm just giving you the honest truth, whether you like it or not. If you're not following the Most High in spirit and in truth, you will never have a successful relationship in this life. That's a fact. Let's go.
Open our eyes as Black women and see how we were set up. And I don't think it was...
You were set up by Satan. You understand? Let's go.
Intentionally done.
It was intentionally done.
I don't think my mom was like, oh, let me set her up to not have a man. And
she set you up to not have a man. See, here's the problem, Chantel. You're in denial. See, when it comes to therapy, right? A therapist would tell you that you need to be honest. Your mother set you up. She knew exactly where you were going to be. You understand? Painful truth. I know you don't want to hear it, but she knew exactly where you're going to end up. Alone. Let's go.
Tell her not trust no man. I think my mom didn't choose properly. She didn't vet properly, and then she kept on attracting undesirable men.
No. She was making all the wrong choices, just like every other modern woman made a bunch of wrong choices. And the product of that is a bunch of illegitimate children that most of these women didn't even want. See, these are hard truths that I'm sharing here. A lot of us that exist right now, we weren't planned. In other words, we weren't born out of love, meaning that our mom and father made love and really decided that they wanted to have us. No, a lot of us came out of one-night stands, situationships, cheating, and all sorts of other mess. You understand? And this is an ongoing revolving door. Mothers set their daughters up for failure in this day because the mothers already know how they got there. Your mom got there by chasing education, chasing bag, and chasing around a bunch of men that are no good. And you most likely went out there following all that terrible advice knowing that all your friends are single, because I can guarantee you, all your friends that you know, they're all in the same boat. 30 plus years old, single, and most likely got some kids. Let's go.
Her. So then to save me, she said, hey girl, don't trust no man, instead of saying vet properly.
How you gonna vet properly if you're not following the Most High? Because you're saying vet properly, but you really ain't saying anything. And again, this is therapy. I'm giving you honest truth. I'm not sugarcoating nothing. I'm giving you real therapy here. A real video response, a real reaction. This is real life right here. Vet how? Do you know what you're talking about? How you gonna vet if you keep choosing the same kind of guy? How? What standard are you following? What's the standard of quality you're looking for? You know? Think of this. You're a content creator, right? So there's things about YouTube you should know. That you have to have a quality microphone, right? You can't have something that's mediocre. So when it comes to choosing a microphone, right, you should be able to vet the difference between a quality microphone and a mediocre microphone. Now, how do you do that? Well, I'm glad you asked that question. You can go down to your local Guitar Center, Sam Ash Music Store, B&H Photo Store, and audition several different microphones by putting them through the tests. But see, the modern woman lacked wisdom. She claimed that she's educated, right? Or edumacated, what y'all would say. But she don't really know how to vet. See, you would audition the microphones, and whichever microphones sound good for your production, that's the one you choose. So when it comes to a man, there must be a standard. And then when you vet, you gotta put it through the tests. But see, modern women don't put men through no tests. They just open their legs. That's what modern women do. They don't give a man the opportunity to show and prove that he's quality. They don't give that man the opportunity to dig into his tool bag and bring out the results of what makes him who he is. A man can talk a whole lot of talk, but if you ain't putting him to the test, you will never find out. This is why I teach on the movement of no dinner dates. See, you're a woman. So if you met a man and you're going out on a date, that date should be you preparing that man a hot plate. Not him taking you to some restaurant to eat dinner. No, you're a woman. If you're gonna be a potential wife, I need to know that you know how to cook food. If not, you can go. See, I'm not here sugarcoating anything. I'm not here playing games. This is real talk. This is adult talk. Grown folk discussion. Ringo TV Raw. Black male advice TV. You know what I mean? Real content. I provide nothing but quality content. All right, let's go on. Let's move.
All right. So I don't think all of this was intentionally done, not on our parents' part.
It was intentionally done on your parents. You got to stop being in denial. You must be honest with yourself and stop being in denial.
At least maybe if you go generations back.
So you're going to blame generations back? No, you got to blame who was the one teaching you. Simple as that.
It probably was, because, there's a letter that I don't want to mention.
You don't want to mention the letter? She's talking about the Willie letter, y'all. I don't know why she don't want to mention the letter. You know what I'm saying? She don't want to mention that letter. Like, really? Like, what's so, you afraid to mention that? Like, what's so wrong with that? See, this is the problem. See, you know the source of the information that needs to be shared, but notice that you said you don't want to mention it and you didn't give the information to the ladies. Wow. Another mistake right there. That's a red flag, Chantel. You're doing our women bad. You were supposed to read that letter. You were supposed to go, bring it up, and read it right on your platform so all those ladies can hear exactly what that guy had to say regarding what they had planned for our people. But you backed out of it. You shied away from it, right? You had fear. You didn't want to receive any criticism from nobody. You didn't want, your platform to be looked a certain way. See, that's not good because you're trying to lead women, right? You're trying to direct women, right? That's what you want to do, Chantel, right? Well, why you didn't let them know? Why? Hey, let's move on.
That talks about this and talks about how it divides the black community. But
okay, you were supposed to go into that. You're supposed to talk and elaborate even more.
This mindset is what keeps so many of us single, unmarried.
Even if that letter and everything had its plan and whatever the case is, you're still an adult. Why you can't make quality decisions? Because I'm not here to blame no letter. I'm not here to blame my pops. I'm not here to blame my mom. What I'm going to be responsible for is me. And if you're an adult and you're still making bad and poor choices, that's your problem. Let's go.
And then somebody else commented and said, having a man that provides solution to my problems is top tier masculine energy that I require.
Women normally want that when they post 45, 50. They say top tier. They say this is what they want. All of that is really BS. And I mean that with all due respect. Why? Because here I am on YouTube, speaking nothing but high quality content, knowledge, wisdom, dynamic teachings. And yet, I don't see a million women in the comments. I don't see a bunch of people signing up in the chat. I don't see my views going through the roof. Just earlier today, a brother posted a video with some chick on TikTok just shaking her behind. Like damn, an hour ago or something like that. The video is already at 100,000 views. This guy only got 1,000 subscribers. Now, how is that? How is that? That just shows that this whole system is set up for only certain people to move up. Crazy. Having a man that provides solutions to my problems is top tier masculine energy that I require. That woman only saying that because she hit the wall. She's only saying that now because she already done been through hell and hot waters. You understand? She wasn't saying that when she was in her prime. She wasn't saying that when she was looking fine and dining. She wasn't saying that. She had a lot of opportunities with quality men. She turned them all down. So now she want to sound like she's giving advice. Listen, I've seen this many times already. I know many women that are 45, pushing 50. They were looking real good back in the day, and they didn't want no good brother. But now that they're getting older and washed up, now all of a sudden now they want to, preach the gospel, wear dashikis and all sorts of stuff. You understand? And it's not cool. It's not cool at all, man. Let's go.
I don't have to worry and go into survival mode, which creates space for me to thrive in my femininity.
Yeah, now she want to thrive in her femininity, which really they don't even understand. You understand? Most women don't even understand what it means to be feminine. They really don't. Let's go.
And that is so much. Being with a man who you can rely on, being with a man who you can depend on is so much better than having to be both the man and the woman in a.
Why do women keep saying be both man and woman? Why y'all keep saying that? Like, I gotta stop saying that. Because men don't say that. Men don't say I'm both a man and a woman. That sounds crazy. You know what I mean? The only time a woman want a man to rely on is when she realized that her time is up. And she realized that she played herself and wasted all these years because she was so focused on how good she looked and how big her behind is and how cute she is. She thought she was too cute and too pretty to settle down. You know what I mean? And now that she's 30, pushing 40, probably have a child or two, now all of a sudden she want a good man. I've been teaching that topic, that talking point for years. And now everybody on YouTube trying to steal the same talking point as if though they now doing something. They don't ever give me no credit. They don't ever say, shout out to Ringo, such and such and such. He was the brother I first heard talk this, that. They don't say nothing like that. They try to go out there and establish themselves. You know what I mean? When they've been learning off me for years. See, I've been saying for years, when the modern woman hit age 30, pushing 35, 40, 45, that is when she is going to want a good man. You mark my words, brothers. That's when she's going to go through that metamorphosis and change up. All of a sudden now reality going to hit and she's going to be like, you know what? I need a good man. And it's going to be too late. You know what I mean?
Relationship. So it's we need to tell our young girls how to vet properly.
All right. How to vet properly. How do you do that? How do you vet properly? How do you do that, Chantel? How? How do you tell the young girls to vet properly? See, that's the problem right there.
Rather than teaching them to not trust any man.
They're going to fall back on not trusting any man because you didn't tell them how to vet anything. You see, you just said vet like they know what to do. You know, I already done told you in the video. If a man is not following the Most High and he's not a brother who have an active track record of keeping the commandments and living a godly life, if he don't have that, then he's not the right kind of guy. You know what I mean? And women have to learn how to get to know a man and keep their legs closed, right? Even if you have the urge to be sexual, you got to keep your legs closed, you know, because you need to prove this man. You need to know where he stands. It don't have to take 20 years to get to know somebody. It don't have to take a year to get to know someone. You can get to know somebody in a few weeks if you spend a lot of time with them. Let's go.
Because when you tell them don't trust any man, then you're telling them to be the man and the woman in a relationship. If you tell them to vet better, you're teaching them how to look for the qualities.
How do you vet better? How do you do that? How do you teach these women to vet better? Because they keep getting the same kind of man. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure all the women that are following you, none of them got a man. And they're all getting pumped and dumped. Most of them are single mothers. And they're looking for some sort of answer. And you're talking about vetting, but you ain't say how to vet. Right? I'm showing you. I'm literally showing you what you need to do. You just can't get with a guy because he's handsome. You know, how does this guy move? What's really going on? What's his setup? What is his brother about? Is he a working man? Let me see what he doing. Do he got a wife? Do he got kids? How he treating his kids? See, this is why polygyny is very important. But see, as a modern woman, do you support polygyny? Because if you don't, you're not a good woman at all. I'm just letting you know straight up and down. Like if you're a woman and you're anti-polygyny, then you're not a good woman. You're not even wife material at this point. Like real talk, because you're going to be a problem for a man. Because the first thing first is you're going to be protective and the type of sister that anytime the brother go outside or wherever he go, you're going to always be suspicious about who he with. And no man want to feel like that. And to be honest with you, a true righteous man is not going around the street just sleeping around with women just because he can have more than one wife. He's a responsible man. Because as a man who practices polygyny, I'm not just going to go out there and just start sleeping around with women just to sleep around with them. It has to be a purpose. You understand? It has to be a purpose. Now, if a brother get with a sister and for whatever reason they did whatever they had to do and the sister decides she want to bounce, then that's on the sister. That's not the brother who left. That's the woman. A lot of times women just would be out here just want to fool around with men and play these little games. And there'd be a lot of brothers that they trying to build family. Modern women, they don't want that. Let's move on.
Of a masculine man that will allow her to sit in her femininity, to thrive in her femininity. She should already be feminine. And you guys, that's not the point.
Well, the thing that I have to say right there is you just said for her to remain in her femininity. Well, how can she do that if she's still chasing careers and stuff? How can she do that if she's trying to be a boss and get a bag, right? In order for a woman to remain in her femininity, she's going to have to do her wifely duties. You understand? What is the role of a wife, Chantel? What is the role? What are the duties of a wife? Do you know them? Do you know them? Are you willing to do them? See, there's a lot of things that I know you don't know, right? And that's why I'm sharing it, so that other women can hear me say it. Because only a man can lead a woman. See, you could teach women basic stuff. But when it comes to real hardcore truth, you're going to need a man. Yeah, you're going to need a man to teach you. Are you willing to submit to listening to what I got to say? Or will you be rebellious and say, who did that Ringo think he is? He's this, he's that. Once I hear that, I know you're not real. You know what I mean? I know you're not real if you can't handle the truth, if you can't take criticism, if you can't be accountable, I know you are not worthy to be a wife. Real talk. Let's go.
This video. But being with a masculine, a yin to your yang, are complementary. But these young girls, and it's like sometimes my heart go out to modern women because this is how we were raised, this is what we were told, and we were set up and we were lied to. But unfortunately, there are too many modern women who won't admit that we were lied to.
Admitting that you were lied to is not enough if you remain in the lie. Okay, you were lied to. All right. Where are all the modern women that are lining up to become wives under polygyny? Talk to me. Where you at? Again, I hear crickets. They're not around. Where are all the women that are ready to submit and cook hot meals for their husband? Where they at? Crickets. Where are all the women that are ready to put down their careers and put down all of this getting education and all this nonsense and depend on their man? Where are they? Crickets. They're nowhere to be found. Where are all the women that love to say, shalom, shalom, brother, we love you, we love you? Where are all those sisters to line up to be vessels used by the Most High to bring forth children for a righteous man? Where are they? Crickets. What are they looking for? They're looking for a man that's going to wine and dine them, take them out on dinner dates and trips and vacations. Most modern women are just lost. You understand? And the women who are supposedly awake are still lost. Let's go.
Too many modern women won't admit that, we made a mistake. Let's switch it. Let's stop and switch it.
Switch it to what? Switch it to what? Switch it to what? What are you switching it to? If you're still doing the same thing, looking at the same kind of guys. If you ain't switched to a righteous man, you're wasting your time. Let's go.
A lot of them prefer to stay on this never trust a man. Keep your guards up. All men are toxic. Because I looked in the comments of this post and there's so many women talking about, men won't step up and men won't do this. So we're forced in our masculinity. We're
forced in their masculinity. Tell you, you really got to change the way you're talking there, man. Forced into your masculinity. Picture a man saying, bro, I was forced into my femininity. You think we're going to hear the laugh of that? No, we're going to be laughed at all day. So modern women have to stop talk about this masculineness and this stop that. Like, really.
To be independent, which that's a whole other thing. Those people are in the victim Olympic.
When a woman claims she's independent, she's saying, I don't need a man for anything. And if a man feels that he's not needed, he's going to leave. Every man want to be known as being resourceful, a man that's reliable, dependable. Men like to feel that they're wanted by their woman. Even when it comes down to a woman having a problem or something that needs to be solved, a man want to solve the problem. A man want to give the advice. A man want to sit there and hold you and talk to you and hold your hand and make you feel good. But because the modern woman is haughty and rebellious, she look at all men as the same. He just wants some vagina. He really don't care and all this other nonsense and nothing goes good, man. Let's go.
The victim Olympics. Shout out to Anton Daniels. All right. But anyways, this was a long video, longer than I usually go. But this topic right here, it's so true, it's so real, and it connects with me so much. And I'm hoping to use my space as an opportunity for other women who can relate, who saw that I was set up, and who aren't afraid to admit that, hey, I was set up.
I don't want to hear about being set up. It sounds nice. I hear what you're saying. But if women are not changing and coming to the Most High and repenting, all of this admitting you were set up, it don't really mean anything. That's like you going to God saying, I know I did wrong, but you never repented. You understand? Because, okay, you set up, all right, Now, what are your thoughts now? Did you erase the feminist mindset? Because women need to have the feminist mindset erased from their mind. Women need to be literally taught all over again about relationships. Again, I'm going to say this again for all the women that are in the clouds, Chantel and any other woman in the chat. If you get into a relationship with a man and your focus is monogamy, your relationship is not going to work. If you go into these relationships worrying about your man cheating, your relationship is not going to work. The reason why polygyny is so important is because men have to multiply. The Most High created a man to be fruitful and multiply. You understand? And men can love more than one woman. And that's a serious thing that a lot of sisters don't understand. And when you try to limit a man just to you, oh, you're going to have a brother that's going to be on the job messing with some other sister. That's just the way it's going to be. That's just the way it's going to be. You know, that's in his nature. So modern women have to be re-educated on the nature of a man. A man and a woman is not equal at all. So all of that equality stuff, that's out the window. You're not equal to a man. You're the weaker vessel. Yeah, ain't no equality here. So if you're that type of woman that want to be equal, we partners, we ain't partners. You know? If a man is your husband, he's your head. He's not your partner. He's your head, he's your protector. He's your guide, your teacher. You understand? He's the one you look up to. He's the one you depend on. He's the one supposed to sacrifice his life for you. If we partners, oh, okay. Burglar comes in the house, I'm in the bed. Honey, you could go downstairs and handle that. But you the man. No, honey, remember, we partners. You go on down there, get the baseball bat, and you handle that. All right?
To give them an opportunity to voice and feel comfortable over here. And also...
No. You messed up, Chantel. Gotta call you out on this. You said to make them feel comfortable over there. No. See, you trying to make women feel comfortable is a red flag to me. Again, I'm testing your spirit. You know, other guys, they just trying to get in your DMs or try to hit you up or whatever the case is. I'm just providing quality content, and it is what it is. But I'm testing your spirit. You said a word that I don't appreciate because you said you're trying to make them feel comfortable over here. I'm not trying to make no woman feel comfortable because the truth is not comfortable. The truth don't make you comfortable. The truth make you uncomfortable. Because most modern women are in a burning house. And when you're in a burning house, there's no time to be comfy. You gotta get up and you gotta act quick. You gotta save your life and your family. When women come to your platform, they're supposed to be uncomfortable. You never supposed to be making anyone comfortable. You know what I mean? That's being passive. You're pacifying them, meaning you don't want to offend nobody. You understand? So if you come here and you trying to lead women and you're trying to make them comfortable, that means that you're not trying to offend. See, here's the thing, Chantel, that I need for you to understand. This video that I'm making here is 100% raw and uncut. I'm not trying to offend you. I'm just speaking the truth. Now, if the truth offends you, that's on you, because you wicked as hell if you're offended. If you're a real woman who's a good woman, you'll appreciate my video. You'll be like, you know what? His message, you know what I'm saying? It stings. It's definitely a hot topic. At the same time, I could tell that brother is very passionate about what he believes, and you know, it takes a real man to actually speak like that. But now if you're offended by this truth, that means you haven't overcome nothing. You're the same just like all these other modern women out here you trying to save. You know what I mean? Real talk. Let's go.
To pass on to young girls. Because if I was 10 years ago at 20, if I knew the information that I knew now, I would have been married a long time ago. A long time ago.
Which mean that there was potential quality men in your past and you turned them down. See?
So I'm teaching these young girls, showing these young girls my mistake, openly talking about my mistake in hopes that they don't make the same.
They're going to make the same exact mistakes and worse. And they're going to always do that. Why? Because until the modern woman understands that she needs the Most High Yah, she's going to continue to walk hand in hand with Satan.
Again, it's your girl Chantel. Thank you so much for your support. If you like this video, please like this video to help content like this to be pushed out. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can help me grow my channel. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.
All right. Chantel, Simone, modern women are miserable. There you have it, people. So that's my reaction to this particular show that she had. If you want to watch the full video without me interrupting it, you can go to her channel. Link is in the description area. That being said, there's a lot of truth that I shared in this video. A whole lot. And again, if a modern woman listened to the content that I share and actually change her life, she's going to attract the right kind of man. You want to know how to vet a man? Keep listening to my videos. It's just that simple. But if you're in your feelings and you're offended, it's because you're wicked. There's no other way around it. Because I don't know any of you personally, right? I don't. So what are you offended of? The truth? Oh, the truth bothers you. Oh, because you're wicked. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna go get me something to eat. Get me some sleep. It is what it is. So, yeah, I'm out, y'all. Y'all take care. This is Black Male Advice TV, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut. I'm out, y'all. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $RingoTV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/RingoTVRaw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at RingoTVRaw.
This is Black Male Advice TV, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut.